I'm sure that everyone's very anxious to hear from us about the events of today, and I'm going to ask you to bear with me on a few points, and I hope you understand. Ayub and I have been in the car now for 7 hours today, and I was in the car for 7 hours 2 days ago, and we had a good trip to Safi, and everything there is being well taken care of, I promise you. The gendarmerie have been excellent and very supportive. But they were very anxious that I should pass on this message as well, because they know how many people follow us. And one of the real concerns was that when this atrocious act was done to the donkey who had the eyes gouged out, there was a film company down there, and quite a explicit film appeared on social media that appeared to be quite dramatic, with music and, the rescue and all the people who were doing it. And that did a lot of harm, because what happened is the man who did perpetuate the crime went on the run. He will be caught, have no fear, he really will be, and justice will be done. In terms of the ongoing welfare for the donkey, that is a matter for the courts. It's quite hard to say this to everyone because we have international followers, and I have thousands, and I have hundreds of messages every day, and everybody wants an answer from me, and some days it's just impossible. But what I would urge people is to be thoughtful in their responses, because I'm absolutely fine with people responding to me and expressing your concerns and perhaps what you think should be done. But you must remember that I am a foreign national in a country that is entirely Muslim. It's the state religion. I think that Morocco presents a very good face to tourists, is very welcoming, and it's a great tourist attraction. But to actually deal with things here on the ground when you live here, you have to be so careful, because you have to understand the culture, where people are coming from. And I'm going to say to you now that the Moroccan people have been amazing around me, and over this particular instance they have been, and we wouldn't have got as far as we have without them. But they do resent, and I understand it really, they resent what they see people from the West interfering. And then, of course, always when something like this happens, you will find individuals who like the attention and will enter into conversations with people abroad. But you don't actually know who you're talking to. So we have had some super help and some very strong support, and I cannot thank people enough, because we are making headway. But I'm now going to say something that is probably even more important. I'm sorry to upset you more by telling you that there has been a disastrous event in the north of the country, in the northeast of the country, a day's drive away from us. There's an association up there that we have a very close relationship with, and they have been in touch with me. And I don't know how to say this without you all bursting into tears, but a man up there cut the legs off a donkey and he put them on a barbecue grill. Now, we are in the process of bringing that donkey down here, we hope, and we're waiting for vets' reports. But I don't want this to go viral again. This is what we have to do day after day after day. And there's another reason why you must be careful how you comment and how you comment on some of these pages, because there is a growing trend out there where people are using TikTok particularly, and I think this happened in relation to the donkey who had its eyes gouged out, purely to attract hits, posts, likes, because on Facebook and TikTok you can monetize it eventually. And we are upset and horrified by the amount of abuse that is now taking place in this country, that is completely a new phenomenon. In the past, I understand that donkeys, horses and mules may not reach the welfare standards that many of us are used to in the West, but my gosh, on the whole, in the countryside, people did treat their animals well. And Moroccan people are inherently kind and are very upset by the image of the country that is being given. You only have to look at the groundswell of support from Moroccans around the treatment of dogs in Morocco to understand that people do care. So what I'm going to suggest is that we do rely on your support, and you're entitled to updates. You're entitled to know what's going on here, and I will continue to let you know what's going on in a rather low-key, non-spectacular way, and I'm grateful for people offering their support. But I wouldn't search too much on social media at the moment, because that is what Facebook particularly wants. I'm trying to be quite diplomatic, and it's not that easy, but we've had a hard week. Ayub is in a complete state of exhaustion and has now gone to bed. And of course he has to be up because he'll be working during the night. And we have a pregnant donkey about to give birth and several sick donkeys here as well. So please bear with me. I do the social media because I'm available to do it, but there are only 24 hours in the day, and I value every single one of you. It doesn't matter how many times someone might approach me or message me. There are still thousands out there that I'm in regular contact with. So please bear that in mind. And we have to lower the temperature in all this. And I promise you that we will ensure that justice is done. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart.